Monaco is considered to be one of the most boring races, but
Yeah.
oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat.
Safety car, let's go safety car, let's go Stroll.
It was like a pile of cars at the end of it.
Kushmani won the sprint
Let's
in
go!
Monaco.
What's up, rookies?
Welcome back. We are here right after the Monaco Grand Prix.
One of honestly the most chaotic Monaco Grand Prix of like the past 5 years at least, I would say.
I agree. Like boring.
Wow.
Who said it was a boring race?
I don't know. I'd say anything.
This one said it was a boring
Dude,
race.
okay, Monaco is considered to be one of the most boring races, but
Yeah.
oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, especially I think the last few laps.
The last 16 laps to be exact. Oh my god.
Yeah, it really looked like.
Oh, it was so close.
Yeah, it looked like Leclerc would catch up to Norris.
Mhm.
It didn't happen. Like it freaking breaks my heart that it didn't happen. But he he gave Norris a run for his money,
Yeah, he
like
did.
figuratively and literally.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, that's good.
You know, there was a moment in that entire 16 lap bit where I was genuinely like manifesting, hearing the words, and through goes Leclerc. You know, while they were like really
Yeah,
close to each other,
yeah.
Verstappen was also right there. It's just like if he takes that jump,
Yeah.
and then Verstappen has to pit,
Mm.
the benefit of it would be
Of course,
insane. Unless
course.
Verstappen decided to be a good guy and just pit.
Oh, come on. No. But I feel like Verstappen's whole pit strategy, it didn't work out for him at the end.
Yeah.
But it was a crazy strategy. Like to keep it till the last lap.
second. Yeah, he kept it till the very last moment. Like
Yeah.
if he didn't
was
pit,
like,
then he was under a
Safety
penalty.
car, let's go safety car, let's go Stroll, crash Stroll.
I think it was either Stroll or Lando. He was hoping for Lando when like
I think he thought maybe Leclerc and Lando would get their hands dirty
Yeah.
and he would benefit from it. So I think it was a great smart strategy, and I
They
think
tried.
it kept everyone interested in the race.
That it did. Because
Yeah.
you don't know, right? Like what's he gonna do at that point and
Yeah.
how much space is he gonna be able to create?
Yeah.
Although he wasn't able to create much space.
Yeah, it didn't really
Very
work out for
surprising.
him. But not at fourth, which is where he started, so not bad.
But yeah, I mean, it was a qualifying. It's supposed to be a qualifying race in that
Which it
sense.
was, except Hamilton, who
Yeah.
ended P5 from P7. So yay, that's good.
This one's for the Tifosi as well, I'm guessing.
Of course it
Yeah.
is. But yeah, overall interesting race. I feel
Mhm.
Lando's hard launched his girlfriend this race, so that was also something to note, I guess.
I mean, like at this point, there are like so many of them to track. I don't know who to track. The drivers, their girlfriends, the wives.
Yeah.
It's just,
There are a lot of characters off track as well. But we cannot speak about Monaco weekend without mentioning that Kushmani won the sprint in Monaco in F2, guys. That was such a moment.
It was surreal. You have to agree to this. It
Yeah.
was surreal hearing the national anthem
Yeah.
on
yeah.
that podium, and it's just like, even though it was okay, it was a small win in the comparison of the universe, but that win is something. I'll take it.
It is. See, it's Monaco. Everyone wants to win in
Yeah.
Monaco. Lando Norris was talking about how happy he is that he finally got a Monaco win, and how it doesn't matter how it comes.
Yeah.
It's Monaco. And that's how I feel about Kushmani getting this win, because it's one he will always remember, and we as Indians should cherish as well.
I agree.
From what I read, I think it's the first time since 2022 the Indian national anthem has been played. I think he last won in F2 in 2022.
Right.
So it's been a while, and Monaco.
So that's the visual standpoint of F1 at this point. So I give it
Also F2. What the hell happened today in F2?
that was something to watch.
Yeah, if
out
we are
for.
calling F1 race interesting, the F2
No. The F2 race had the most interesting start. I'm being very mild when I say interesting start to a race that I've seen this season. I would say
it felt like dominoes just falling.
it was like a pile of cars at the end of it. I think there were almost like 15 cars just lined up there, one on top of each other. Like
Yeah. It was
it
crazy.
was bizarre. Yeah, it was bizarre.
How many people didn't finish today in F1? I think just 2 people, right?
Yeah, just two, Alonso and
Bartolotto?
yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
Mhm.
Compared to 1966 and 1996 when 4 cars finished. Maybe we should check the stat for F2 today. I feel like really few cars must have finished today.
No, I think most of them like were able
Got
to
out
get
of
back
it?
on track. They
Dude,
were
from
because-
that video, though, I thought goners. I thought the race would be over. They'll be like, no one's racing, only everyone's in the fight.
I'm pretty sure like the result is not something too good also,
Yeah.
but
I'm curious. Maybe we should watch that F2 race.
should we just check? Like
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, let's check.
Yikes! That's intense.
Guys, we just checked. Only 10
10 people
failed.
finished the F2 race today.
That's crazy. That 22 people and less than half. I mean, to be expected. There was like half of them were in that first
Pile
crash.
up, yeah, that's true. That's true. That was something else. Like
Yeah. That's what Max was hoping for. He's like, all of them will crash and I will win.
where's he gonna win? Where's he gonna go?
Yeah, but I think Max's strategy.
It was aspirational, I'll say that for sure, and a little devious, which I liked. But yeah, I don't know how well it was working out after a point because everyone had created quite a bit of a gap.
Yeah. I think
So-
it was all about Leclerc, Piastri, and Norris because those three were sniffing each other's butts. Okay.
Yeah. I
Like
agree.
Piastri was 0.8 seconds behind Leclerc. Leclerc was 0.4 to 5 to 2 almost
Mhm,
sometimes behind Norris. So if anything was going to happen, those three were going to have
Yeah,
crash. And speaking of strategies, team strategies, I think Isaac and Lawson did a really good job.
I loved what they
And I
did.
missed it. I missed hosting and all of that, so I missed that. And then you explained it to me, and I was like, "Wow, that was crazy."
That was a really nice thing for them to do. They were like, at least let's put one car into it for sure, and then
Yeah.
the second can try,
Yeah,
like pure racing.
yeah.
And yeah, they did that. They
What
put one
exactly
car.
happened?
So essentially, because Haja was ahead of Lawson, what they decided as a team to do is for Lawson to hold up and become a wall, not letting
Mm.
people ahead, which is quite easy to do on a track like Monaco, which is so narrow anyways.
Yeah.
Now, if you manage to do that, the person ahead will start getting clean air if he lets a bit of a gap happen. Isaac created a literal lapse gap
My goodness.
by the end of the race. But during that point, I think he created 20 seconds first. With that 20 seconds behind him and ahead, he was able to pit clean, come on ahead of Lawson, finish one pit. Now he comes out on soft tires from mediums, and that's one pit done, one tire change done. Kills
And
it for
soft.
on soft. So he
Yeah.
kills it for 5
Yeah.
laps with that little gap. He pulls again.
Yeah.
He creates a 20-second gap again with soft tires. Goes onto hards, comes back out holding that same position,
Yeah.
and then went ahead to compete for this.
That's what, like, because I'm seeing, I'm like, Isaac Hajar, it says he's finished both his pit stops. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, he was very smart. Like the whole team was very
Yeah.
smart about it.
So did he finish 6th at the end, Isaac, or 7th?
I think 7.
Still a
think-
great result for
Yeah.
for VCARB and for Isaac.
Definitely.
I like, sadly though, I feel like because there was mostly so much going on up top
Mm-hmm.
in this race, or there was nothing going on. I feel like I do not know what happened after Hamilton. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
attention was a little.
No, so he was net P6 the last I saw because he had finished both pits and he was unmatched from behind and ahead for a minute and a half. There was Lawson behind him. He wasn't gonna challenge. I'm not too sure if Lawson pit later though, because like you said, there was so much happening ahead that nobody paid attention
no one
to the
paid
back.
attention.
Which in hindsight now we should have. But
Mm.
honestly, yeah, still a great race for Isaac. I feel like this is becoming his proving ground, honestly.
Yeah.
And we can't say that without pointing out that he pulled it off again.
Yeah.
The save, how does I don't get his reflexes.
I love F1's caption under that video. Oh,
What was
so
it?
So we've spoken about Isaac's crazy maneuver in the tunnel in
Mhm.
F2 last year. This year, during free practice, he had to do the same thing against Yuki.
Yeah.
It wasn't as crazy, but similar.
Very similar on the other side of the track this time.
Yeah. And turns out the driver he had to do it with in F2
Yeah.
was also Japanese. So F1's caption was, if we had a penny for every time Isaac Hajar had to swerve a Japanese driver in the Monaco tunnel, we'd have 2 pennies, but that's also a lot.
Wow, they're really going for it. I love it.
That's such a like Gen Z smart caption.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, F1 picking up their Instagram game. Maybe they've hired the VCARB interns.
Dude, whoever they are, they're killing it. Okay.
Yeah.
I love how Yuki felt bored and has joined the game now.
Yeah. Yuki's like, Max doesn't do shit with me. I have to make sushi and shit on my own. I'm going back to VCARB.
He looked only so frightened when he was making sushi alone. I'm just like, oh my god, the poor
like
guy.
Max doesn't do any of this crazy stuff, right?
It's not into it.
Yeah, like even Lewis doesn't, which is fair enough. But like,
Lewis still with Ferrari has been doing more of it.
He still does like the more like elevated games.
Yeah.
Like he won't like dumb himself down. He will never like.
No, he's not gonna be hi Barbie, hi Ken. He's not doing that at all. I'm sorry. I don't think Lewis. I'm never gonna see Lewis Hamilton go hi Barbie, hi Barbie.
Unless he's cast in the second Barbie movie.
I still don't think comes to me. I don't know. Just say I can't mentally picture it.
Fair. He's back with his dreads though.
Okay. Let's get into our faves and fails.
Yes, why not? Why
Yeah.
Why don't you start?
My fave for the weekend is that I'm seeing alpha version of Lewis back.
Yeah.
The fashion, the look, the dreadlocks, the glares, the swagger walk through the entirety of the place. Just like, yeah, this is me. This is my walk. This is my stand, and I'm gonna walk it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, finally he's back.
I love it.
Do you
I'm
think
all
it
for
was
it.
the P4 in the previous race that has given him that confidence? Or it's just being in
Monaco?
Yeah.
No. I think it's definitely the confidence coming from the previous race, plus his good performance through the weekend also. Because he started the weekend in his team kit. Like when the whole F1 promotion was going on, the F1 movie promotion was going on, is when he actually like decided to, kind of like a little free. Yeah. Started getting a little more free with himself.
Did you see the F1 movie thing? Everyone was in team kit except Alonso, Hamilton, and Leclerc.
I mean, listen, it's not like they were told,
I think they were told to be. Why else would everyone be in team kit?
Why weren't these three in it then?
I think Hamilton is producer. Alonso is like, I'm too old to give any.
I'll give you 2 pennies.
Yeah, exactly. And Leclerc pulled a team favor. Like, maine pen raha hu. Hami, please.
But like, who would tell them to wear the team jersey? Because like
the movie people. Because I'm sure, like, why would they wear it and come? Like all of them, like students. I'm sure.
I don't know. Like I feel 100%. Like maybe team orders is a different thing. But
why would the teams also care about what they wear to a movie?
Why would anyone care what these guys are wearing to a film?
I feel like the film people would be like, oh, because like y'all are y'all are representing your team, like wear the team gear. I can see it like part of the promotion almost. Because they had this whole screening just for the drivers.
Okay. Unpopular opinion coming up, but then isn't that kind of like, oh, okay, these three to are known, only let them do what they want.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And Max sitting at home playing his sim racing
Max gave a reason for not being there.
He said I'm a new dad, I want to chill at home. He was with a pink steering wheel sim racing at home, okay?
But pink steering wheel, the baby was watching,
the representative of the pink
steering wheel, yeah.
Sure. No.
He's setting times for Lily. He's like, this is what she's going to practice on.
Max anyway doesn't care about all this, but fair enough. The driver's responses to the movie was also interesting, no? Like, not one person has given a clear answer if they like the movie or not.
Honestly, the thing is, I think all of them went in with a very technical mindset.
I think that's just them like trying to be nice.
But most of them say it's like Hollywood-ish.
Yeah, what does that mean? That's how what we
I
call
mean,
like
just over dramatic,
Masi
right?
films, and like it's so Bollywood. Like it's that, right?
Yeah. But those Bollywood films aren't bad all the
Yeah,
time.
they make money.
Yeah.
But do we love them half the time? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What was the fail of the weekend?
This conversation.
Before we get cancelled by Bollywood and
this
Brad Pitt.
conversation. This is exactly why I said this conversation.
Yeah.
My fail for the weekend was that. My fail for the weekend, very honestly, is the two-pit strategy. The two-pit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it worked as well as they thought it would.
I mean, that's what created all this interest with Max, right? If there was no two-pit strategy, you would have freaking taken the race, A. And B, we would not be like, when is Max pitting? When is Max pitting? Why isn't he pitting? It's the 75th lap. When is he pitting? Like, none of that would have been there.
I don't know. For me personally, I feel like towards the end, it gave us that last 16 lap push because
That
Max was
was-
standing there
yeah.
holding guard for God knows what.
I
reason.
thought the complete opposite because I'm like, that's the only thing which created drama. If there wasn't for the two-pit and there was no rain also, which I don't know, I'm happy and I guess not, nothing would have happened because it's a freaking DRS train. What else would have changed?
DRS train with a 1 minute 11-second gap in the middle.
Yeah. Thanks, Isaac and Hammy.
Wow.
I mean, I get it. It wasn't like anything crazy didn't
Mm.
happen. But I feel like with a race like Monaco,
Mhm.
even like a small, like, interest, like what happened with Verstappen, what happened with Isaac,
Yeah.
them thinking about how to do this,
Hmm.
it adds things, Because if
Fair.
you really see it, nothing changed. How they qualified is how they ended, most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that's changed has actually changed under P5.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll start with my fail.
Okay, yep.
Fail was kind of what happened with Hamilton in qualifiers, with him getting that
The impeding.
three grid penalty.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, I get it. He is part of the team, and it was his engineer's fault, but someone has to suffer.
Mm.
I still think the FIA could have fined Ferrari, maybe like.
I don't think that's possible, right? Because at the end of the day, okay, for them to think of it that way would have to be for them to think that everything the driver does is controlled by the team, which is not true. You do have side mirrors.
Fair. Yeah, fair. So I feel like that's a gray area. I realize that, but I still feel what really went down with the engineer, like randomly saying Verstappen slow down.
On a slow, so
Yeah.
that's where I feel like the engineer was totally in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I do agree with what you're saying. They should have been able to find Ferrari, but technically they aren't allowed to.
Yeah, but even just like the lack of communication or miscommunication.
Yeah, the
is a fail for
miscommunication
me.
was a royal fail.
Because
I'll give
he
you that.
qualified P4 and then had to like struggle to come to P5,
Yeah.
which should not have been the case. So I feel like that was a fail for me. I was so excited that he was P4 and Leclerc was P2, although I wanted him P1. But
Preaching to the choir, but yeah.
So I think that was the fail for me. The fave moment, although I was supporting Leclerc, always will, always have, but I really liked how happy Norris looked when he won. Like, I feel the boy's been so depressed.
Been churned.
Yeah, he's like literally like he's won what, the first race of the season.
Yeah.
Then nothing. He got the sprint in the middle.
Right.
Miami, but
right. Yeah.
So like he finally looks happy, relieved, a little like calmer. He's like joking and smiling again.
Yeah.
He just seems so depressed, making comments about how he's forgotten how to drive a car and shit. Like, bro, calm down. So I feel like, okay, I'm just happy for his mental health. So yeah, I think that was my fave. His post-race interview made me happy.
So it's so random because the funny thing is, like, I was thinking about it myself and I'm like, this guy has now become one of those people who's like only happy when he's winning.
Fair, but you have to understand that these people are so young, Jashan. He's what, 24, 25? All of them are young. Okay? But some people just handle pressure better than others, right? Some people handle expectations better than others.
Yeah.
these are young guys put in such like a high pressure, high intensity thing, so much expectations. Plus, I feel like Lando, like people are super critical of. No, when Norris was a thing for a really long time.
That I
Then-
do blame everyone for, but
yeah,
right
and then
now you
like
can't
they
say
like
that.
churrowed on him because he said Max got lucky last year. Then it's like, oh, like when he's losing, people are like, oh, look, Lando, you're not worth it. Zach said something in detail like this is the Lando era we're entering. People have gone on about ho 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 Lando era, what Lando era. So it's like there's a lot of negativity around Lando.
Yeah.
I feel, especially around Lando,
Yeah.
kind of like how there's around Max. But Max also has really strong fans.
Okay.
Like along with his haters. I don't know if Lando has such strong fans, whereas his haters.
I think his haters are stronger than his
Yeah,
fans.
his haters are very vocal, and I feel like his character. It's not like my favorite part about him either, but he's a very like meek character. Like I feel like he gets very.
He's very fragile mid races.
Yeah. So I feel like seeing him happy, I'm like, chalo.
The fragility will stay at bay for a bit.
Yeah, like कुछ करेगा नहीं अपने आप को. You know, like it's like some kid in danger.
Yeah. He won't destroy his own mindset.
Yeah,
that's one thing I will agree with, that he around Lando specifically, like you need to keep mind. You need to keep mind of that compared to his teammate, where
that's what we also love about Oscar, right?
He's the physical manifestation of amateur guy.
Yeah.
Just like,
Even the way he talks,
he holds that same coy smile expression with his eyes. Just that's great. Everything
comes third, it's fine. Good, comes first, it's the same.
Not that also he's okay. He's just like, it's all chill.
Yeah,
we get him.
So Oscar's still leading by 2 points.
That's 8.
Yeah,
that's 8.
Yeah, but still leading. That's also to be noted.
For how long?
I think Oscar's gonna come back strong. Like, so Europe is kind of where Norris shines.
We're still in Europe next weekend.
Yes, we are. And then we are in Canada. And then we are in Austria.
Yeah,
then
Canada's after a break week though.
Let's see. I feel like Oscar is exact opposite of Norris, like such strong mentality. I don't think all this third word, 2 points only lead affects him. He's doing his shit.
He's really chill, considering I think he's also one of those people who like looks forward to races. He doesn't really like worry about the next race itself. He's like, no, if it's not this one for any reason, I know I have that second in hand.
Exactly.
He always plays like that, I feel. And
which is a big advantage. I feel like that's what, sorry Norris, makes Oscar more championship worthy in my eyes now. Like, this year has completely changed my perception of the two of them. I started this year being like Lando, yeah. Spain, guys, I don't know how we're doing Spain, in the sense, we will obviously do the podcast, but I don't know about our live reactions because I have a wedding to attend.
I'll do them.
Yeah, Joshan's your guy, guys. If I'm watching,
you're going to see a lot of me. I'm sorry.
If I have some network and time and energy during the wedding, maybe I'll throw in a story or two. But I guess until Spain then. Spain, we're entering Carlos Sainz territory.
It's gonna be quite sick, yeah.
Yeah, with Williams doing well, although Albon's doing better, but still, with Williams doing well, and you know, Ferrari was not doing well, and now Monaco, Charles has P2. So can Sainz get P2? I'm just saying.
Maybe not.
Okay, until then.
See you guys.
Bye.